Hey there, aviation enthusiasts and curious minds. Buckle up because we're about to take off on a wild ride through one of the most jaw-dropping events in flying history. Imagine a plane so advanced, it's like something out of a sci-fi movie. Now picture that same plane crashing and burning up $2 billion in the blink of an eye. Sounds crazy, right? Well, hold on to your seats because this actually happened. It was just another Saturday morning on February 23rd, 2008. The sun was peeking over the horizon, and the air was filled with anticipation at Andersen Air Force Base in Guam. Little did anyone know they were about to witness a moment that would go down in aviation history books for all the wrong reasons. The tropical paradise of Guam, usually known for its pristine beaches and crystal clear waters, was about to become famous for something entirely different. As the base personnel went about their routine duties, none of them could have predicted the fiery spectacle that was about to unfold before their eyes. Before we dive into the drama, let's talk about our main character, the Northrop Grumman B-2 Spirit. This isn't your average airplane. Oh no, this bad boy is the stuff of legends. Picture a plane that looks like it flew straight out of Batman's secret hangar. With its sleek bat-wing design, the B-2 Spirit is a stealth bomber that can sneak past radar like a ninja in the night sky. It's so high-tech, it makes your smartphone look like a toy. The B-2 Spirit is a marvel of modern engineering. Its unique shape, known as a flying wing, gives it its legendary stealth capabilities. Covered in radar-absorbing materials, this plane can slip through enemy defenses undetected, making it a crucial asset in the U.S. Air Force's arsenal. Each B-2 costs more than a whopping $2 billion to produce. To put that in perspective, you could buy about 5,000 average American homes for the price of just one of these bad boys. It's not just a plane, it's a flying fortress of technology and military might. So, there we were, on that February morning. The massive B-2 Spirit, nicknamed the Spirit of Kansas, was revving up for takeoff. The pilots, probably feeling like Top Guns, were ready to soar into the wild blue yonder. The engines roared, the ground rumbled, and the B-2 started rolling down the runway. Hearts were pounding, adrenaline was pumping. This was it, the moment of liftoff. Imagine the scene, the sleek, dark silhouette of the B-2 against the early morning sky, its engines pushing it faster and faster down the runway. The crowd of base personnel watched in awe, as they had many times before, expecting to see this magnificent machine gracefully lift off into the air. But wait, something's not right. Just moments after the wheels left the ground, disaster struck. The plane began to wobble and shake like a leaf in a hurricane. The pilots, skilled as they were, fought with all their might to keep the beast under control. But it was like trying to ride a bucking bronco in the sky. The B-2 tilted, twisted, and then crash! It slammed back onto the runway, erupting into a fiery spectacle that looked like the world's most expensive fireworks show. Those few seconds between takeoff and crash must have felt like an eternity for the pilots and onlookers. In the blink of an eye, the pride of the U.S. Air Force had transformed from a symbol of aerial supremacy to a heap of very expensive wreckage. As the smoke cleared and reality set in, everyone's jaws hit the floor harder than the plane had. The Spirit of Kansas was now the Spirit of Chaos, a mangled mess of metal and burnt dreams. But here's the kicker. The price tag of this disaster. Brace yourselves. We're talking about a whopping $2 billion. That's right, with a B. To put that in perspective, that's like burning a stack of dollar bills as tall as 200 Eiffel Towers. The scene on the runway was one of disbelief and shock. Pieces of the once mighty B-2 were scattered across the tarmac, some still smoldering. Emergency crews rushed to the scene, their sirens piercing the stunned silence that had fallen over the base. Now, I know what you're thinking. How on earth does a plane this advanced just fall out of the sky? Well, buckle up, because the answer is both simple and mind-boggling. It turns out it wasn't some high-tech failure or alien interference. Nope, it was good old-fashioned water. You heard that right. Water. You see, moisture had sneaked into the plane's sensors like an uninvited guest at a party. When the plane took off, these sensors got confused. Really confused. They started sending wrong information to the flight computers, making them think the plane was doing barrel rolls when it was actually flying straight. It's like your car's GPS telling you you're in the middle of the ocean when you're actually on Main Street. Except in this case, the confusion led to a 2 billion oopsie. This costly catastrophe taught the aviation world a pricey lesson. Never underestimate the power of a few drops of water. It's like that time you dropped your phone in a puddle, but instead of a $500 mistake, it's a 2 billion oopsie. The incident highlighted the delicate nature of even the most advanced technology. Who would have thought that a plane designed to withstand enemy fire could be brought down by something as simple as moisture? It was a humbling reminder that sometimes the simplest things can cause the biggest problems. Now, before you start thinking this was all doom and gloom, there's a tiny silver lining. Miraculously, both pilots ejected safely. They probably needed new pants, but hey, they walked away from a $2 billion crash. Talk about a story for their grandkids. The pilot's survival was nothing short of miraculous. Ejecting from a crashing aircraft is no walk in the park. It involves being literally shot out of the plane at high speed, experiencing extreme G-forces, and then parachuting to the ground. The fact that both pilots made it out alive is a testament to their training and the aircraft's safety systems. This wasn't just a bad day for one plane. Oh no, this crash sent shockwaves through the entire B-2 program. Suddenly, everyone was side-eyeing these stealth bombers like they were ticking time bombs with wings. The Air Force had to ground all B-2s faster than you can say expensive paperweight. Engineers scrambled to check every nook and cranny of the remaining planes, probably with the world's most expensive magnifying glasses. The grounding of the B-2 fleet was a big deal. These planes are a crucial part of the U.S. military's strategic capabilities, with each one costing billions and only a handful in existence. Having them all out of commission was like benching your star player right before the big game. So what happens when you turn a $2 billion plane into scrap metal? You learn, you adapt, you overcome. The Air Force and Northrop Grumman went back to the drawing board, determined to make sure this kind of expensive oopsie never happened again. They beefed up the sensors, weatherproofed everything in sight, and probably hired a team of meteorologists to check for any suspicious-looking clouds within a 100-mile radius. This incident sparked a complete overhaul of maintenance and pre-flight check procedures for the B-2 fleet. Engineers developed new ways to protect sensitive equipment from moisture, and pilots received additional training on how to handle unusual sensor readings during takeoff. This crash didn't just make headlines, it became a legend, a cautionary tale, a what not to do in aviation. It's the kind of story that keeps aircraft designers up at night and makes accountants break out in cold sweats. But it also pushed the boundaries of aviation safety. Sometimes it takes a spectacular failure to spark spectacular improvements. And boy, was this failure spectacular? The incident became a case study in aviation schools and engineering programs worldwide. It highlighted the importance of considering even the most unlikely scenarios when designing and maintaining aircraft. The phrase, "remember the spirit of Kansas," became a reminder to never overlook the small details. The crash of the B-2 Spirit didn't just raise questions about aviation safety, it also sparked a debate about military spending. With each B-2 costing more than the GDP of some small countries, many people began to question whether such expensive military hardware was really necessary. Supporters argued that the B-2's capabilities justified its cost, pointing out its crucial role in maintaining strategic deterrence. Critics, on the other hand, saw the crash as a symbol of wasteful military spending, arguing that $2 billion could be better spent on education, healthcare, or other public services. The incident also affected public perception of military technology. For years, the B-2 had been portrayed as an almost mystical machine, capable of flying undetected into enemy territory. The crash brought it back down to earth, quite literally, reminding everyone that even the most advanced technology has its vulnerabilities. Thanks for flying with us today. Until next time, keep your head in the clouds and your cursor on that subscribe button.